talk about
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It with your boy. I know you. I know you hear the baby in the background. I got a special guest with me. My brother, my neighbor, Will. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Chilling. What's good with you, man?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. Good to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, it's perfect timing because you got your baby with you, man. How's it? Tell me about fatherhood, man. What's so special about fatherhood, man? You got how many kids?
I got 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Fatherhood is amazing, man. It changed me in so much.
Okay, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Like, what's your impression of fatherhood? Like, how should it be? Did you have good examples of it growing up? Like, what do you see when you think of fatherhood? What do you envision? What do you see?
Well, first off, to be a father, it means everything. You got to step up and take care of that child.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be out here having babies and don't be in a child's life.
That's a fact.
Yeah. See, me, I had my dad in my life, but my mom and dad separated at the age of like 13, and that messed with me. So I always said if I had kids, I'm gonna be there, and I did trying to do that.
That's what I mean. I clearly see. I see it every day, man. Like you out there with your kids, man. Every time I see you, your kids is with you, man, and you don't see that a lot, especially in the black community. You really don't see the fathers present. You may see, male figures out there like, uncle. You see a lot of uncles more than you see, fathers in the house, and it's just good to see, man. I love it. I love seeing, dads being dads. We always see moms doing their thing as they should, That's I give the utmost respect to mothers out there, man. They do a lot, but men do too.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of shitty dads out there. There's so many deadbeats out there, but there are good dads out there too, man. Like, and I just want people to understand that especially in the black community, the fathers are present. I mean, like, they're here, and I hate seeing, our community looked at like, the fathers aren't present. That's why there's so many problems here and there, which is true. But it's always good to see dads in a positive light, especially black dads, for real.
It is.
Like, for real. So you from Tampa, right? Like the Tampa area, Florida?
Born and raised.
Okay. So how was it? Because I've only been here for 6 years. Like, how is Florida? Like, I mean, I know this is your home, so.
Yeah. I mean, Florida is the best place to be, You got a sun, we ain't got all that snow and stuff and all that. No earthquakes, volcanoes.
Yeah.
We good. Sunshine State, baby.
I feel that. And and weed is legal out here.
We illegal, yeah, it's almost there.
Yeah, that's true. Nice, bro. Like, so this how old is your son right here?
He is 2 months today. What's today, the 28th?
Yep.
2 months today.
Whew.
Baby Caden.
He chilling over there too.
Yeah, he all right.
How was the? Cause how old are your other ones?
We got 10 and 8.
Okay, so. And he's 2 months, right?
2
How was the transition from, okay, I'm past the baby diaper stage, your oldest are 8 and 10, like, how was it like going back to square one, like,
Oh man,
Waking up.
to be real with you, it sucks, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, nah, for real, for real.
Yeah,
Like I tell you all the time, like I miss my son at that age, man.
yeah. I remember I had baby fever for a while, trying to get him, trying to have a baby. It never happened. I see people around, walking around with baby. I'm like, oh, look at the little baby.
Yeah.
And now look at me. I got another
Now
one.
you got one. And for me, that's like the icing on the cake for me. I got my son first. Give me a daughter, icing on the cake. I'm cool with just two.
Yeah, 1-1. That's good.
That's it.
If I had 1-1, I would have stopped probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I want a little princess.
What is the that and what's crazy is not a lot of men want girls.
Yeah.
Like it's always I need my son because for some reason when we see our son we see us, right? And sometimes what we also see is what I couldn't do. So we try so hard, like we try to live through our sons, and sometimes that can hinder their growth.
Yeah.
Like, cause you trying to, uh, you may have had dreams of playing basketball, going to the NBA and shit like that, right? But that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
So now you see, your son is interested in that sport, or may not be interested in that sport, but you gonna throw him in there anyways because that's what you want.
Yeah.
So, like, what makes you want a girl? Like, because you don't hear it a lot. You don't hear like, oh,
Yeah.
men want girls. Me, I need a daughter, man.
Yeah, I need one just for somebody I can love on. A little more softer than
Yeah.
the boys. And I don't know. Like I say though, my kids they changed me, yo. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have these kids right now. I know I was running the streets wild and all that.
Yeah. Kids tend to. It should at least. It tends to wake you up and start seeing things different. Like most people are selfish in their own way,
Mm-hmm.
so they operate and move as such. Like especially if they don't have any kids. But once some kids get here, it's like, all right, let me chill out because now the things that I do are going to affect or possibly can affect my child. So,
Right.
nah, I definitely want a daughter too, man. I think you always hear, you're constantly hearing mother-son bond, and I want to shed more light on father-daughter bond too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like-
daddy's little girl.
yeah, like you don't see it a lot. Not in our community. To be honest, like you don't see fathers present. Especially of course for the son, but also these girls, the daughters out here. Like
Mm-hmm.
you always hear the daddy issues. That's real. That stuff is real. Like now I can't speak on women growing up without a father, but I could see it sometimes. Like yeah, that's probably possible that father wasn't there. And same way with dudes. I for sure could tell that you ain't grow up without a father because you look and act like me because I didn't grow up with one like that either. So
Right,
it's
right.
like, you know what I mean? Like in the household at least.
Yeah.
So nah, that father daughter bond is, I know it's something special and I want that too. I need that for real.
Yeah.
Like what are some of as a black father, what are some of your some of your struggles and stuff like that, or things that you may have to battle with mentally, when it comes to some of the, I don't even want to say stereotypes, but some of the views on being a black father and being present and stuff like that. How do you deal with that?
Okay.
How do you deal with, like, do you just push forward? Like, do you hear the fathers aren't, really in kids' lives and stuff like that? Do you hear it a lot?
Oh yeah, I hear it and I also see it. Like, I like to play around with the kids a lot. I go play football with the kids,
Yeah,
go outside with them, and just by how they act, you can tell there's no father in their life. And I like to be that father figure when I'm playing with them. I
yeah,
go out there, I hear them talking all foul. I'm going to straighten them like I'm not going to say I'm their father, but I'm
yeah.
going to tell them, hey, you can't be talking like that. Yeah, because I don't like my kids want to have friends, but I'm not trying to have them with these little kids acting any type of way. Because
That's
they
a
don't have
fact.
a father figure in their life. They don't know.
Mm-hmm. Like that. People don't understand how important fathers being in the household is important, especially raising sons. Because I mean, women they do a good job, but there are certain things, certain areas that mom is not gonna be able to, you know, really touch on like that.
Yeah.
So it's important for those fathers to be in a life to, you know, talk about women, to, and not just how to get women,
Mhm.
but to how to treat them right too.
Mhm.
And just smaller, smaller lessons, whether it's, you know, open the door, for women when they're coming, when they're walking behind you. Just small gestures that the women do teach,
Mhm.
but it's different. It comes different when it comes from a man, especially your father that you look up to, like, cause our word is bond,
Yeah.
like for real. Like our word is scripture to our kids.
Mhm.
So we have to do a really good job of when we are there, present, to speak positively, uh, and encourage them and get them ready for this real world, man. Because this real world ain't no joke.
It's not.
It's no joke. Like, especially with all those, the police killings and stuff like that. I always think of, damn, that in 10 years, 15 years, that could be my son.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I take fatherhood very seriously, and I see you do too, and I love it, man.
Yeah. You see, I brought mine to the show just for you.
Yes,
I had to
sir.
do it for you.
Yes, sir. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And hey, you more than welcome to come back up if you want to, man. He's like, I'll be up there.
Yeah. But speaking of that, the cops and all this killing things, I'm scared for my son because he's a little wild, and I'm just not ready for him to go out there in the streets like that. Shoot, you see me outside with him every
Yeah.
day. I don't know how it's gonna be when they 15. I can't run behind them when they 15.
And that's the scary part. It's so scary to even think like that, man. Like with the rate things are now, and not even just with cops, killing unarmed,
Yeah,
black.
it's each other.
It's each other too.
Yeah.
Like I'm so conscious of who my son hangs out with. I'm so
Mhm.
conscious of that because growing up, I knew those type of kids that could get me in trouble.
Yeah.
I know those. I grew up with those kids. I was once one of those kids that was running in those
Mhm.
type of you know pockets and all that. So I don't ever want to see my son moving like that because I know it can turn out horrible.
Yeah.
and and it all starts with just small stuff like cursing and shit like that. Like, granted, I do too, but at the end of the day, I'm grown. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But seeing kids curse at a young age always threw me off. I people think it's funny. I don't think it's funny because they're just gonna get comfortable using that type of language, and it's not gonna cross over well because that's all they're gonna know how to do is speak in that type of language, and then that's gonna attract all types of other different people, and then that just trickles down, and now you acting nuts, and now I'm sitting here worried every single night, like, damn, I hope I don't get that phone call.
Mm.
Hope I don't get that phone call. Know what I mean? So, nah, I definitely I'm with you when it comes to trying to set a good example for our kids because they need it.
Yeah. I think that's why we got to keep them in sports or something.
Something like I'm trying to get my kid in sports right now. He's not really into it. Like he rock with it, but he rather play Roblox, Minecraft, Rainbow Friends. Like he rather do that, and I'm cool with that as long as you're getting something out of it. Like don't just play video games. I want you to. If you playing video games, I hope you have the interest of now. I want to create my own video game. Like,
Right.
get in
Right.
that
Right.
mindset, not
Right.
just staying, in a small little area. Like, nah, I'm just gonna play games and be lazy and do nothing. Nah, play games, but also study that. Oh, damn, like, them graphics are nice, or I wonder how he did that. I want to make my own game and make it a little better.
Mm-hmm.
For real. But yeah, man, I'm really glad you up here, man. I needed somebody to like look at and talk to so we can have a real like organic conversation.
Right.
Like
Right.
for real. Like it's just I just want us to just go back and forth and that's just it's just good to have somebody, in front of you talking to you, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I definitely appreciate it.
No problem.
Mm-hmm. So what you got planned this weekend?
This weekend, all I'm about is work, work, work.
That's a fact. I hit this man up every day. Like, you working today? You already know.
I'm working, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I gotta work. Then that's another thing. I set an example for my kids. You gotta work. If you don't work, you're going to school.
That's it.
Yeah. And my little son now be talking about, Dad, I don't want to go to college. I say, son, you got to go to college. You going to go to college or you going to get you a trade? You going to go to trade school?
Period.
Yeah.
Like, I try to tell my son, like, because right now, kids sometimes are at the age where it's like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, me and my wife tell him, like, look, you have to at least finish high school.
Yeah.
That's mandatory. Finish high school. Whatever you do outside of that, we support.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna do something.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. If you say you don't want to go to college, you have to give me a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a reason why. And if you say like it's not for me, and I found another avenue that I go through that I could still learn something and make money off it, all right, that's cool. But if you can't give me a reason why you don't want to go, then we got to work on that. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push that. I'm not gonna push that on him. Get your mandatory high school, like you have to have that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you probably don't even have to have that nowadays. To be honest with you, but
Yeah, I honestly don't think you do. Shit. Sorry for cussing. They ain't
Nah,
teach
you
me.
good.
They ain't teach me none. All this stuff I'm learning out here, I ain't learning in school.
Nah,
most of it.
I'm trying to tell you, like me and my wife, we talk about this specific topic all the time. Like, why is it that from first grade to what is it, fourth grade?
Mm-hmm.
I think that, or third grade. First to third, your math, social studies, science, all that stuff, and then fourth to sixth, the same thing. Seventh to like, why we keep learning the same stuff over and over? Like, we get the basics.
Right.
Teach me how to read.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me how to add and subtract. Teach me some, chemicals here. There you go.
That's what it is.
Get you some, tell me, teach me oxygen, all that stuff. But I don't need to know how to freaking cure cancer just yet in freaking third grade unless I'm into something like that. Know what I mean?
Right.
So I just feel like the education system kind of can tweak it a little bit. Like, let's get back to trade schools.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. Teach our kids how to use their hands. Let's talk about some financial literacy in the classrooms. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do we keep doing the same? It goes from algebra to trig to, like, bro, I'm not using none of that.
None of it.
The only math I need to know how to do is count.
Count my money.
That's it. Like, I can figure all that other stuff out. Google is here.
Mm-hmm.
Calculators are created. Like I never understood why, you know, we got to keep on continuing learning the same stuff over and over. Like if my kid is not interested in that, why am I gonna force him? He's not gonna do his best.
Right, right, right.
If I gotta force you to do this, you're not gonna learn better that way. But if you're interested in it, you're gonna be ahead of the mark because you're interested in it. You're ready to. Oh, you said I got to do a 3-page, a 4-page. That's cool. I already have an idea of what it, because they're interested. They want to do this stuff. Know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
So I don't get it, man. But I definitely wish they bring back trade schools so that these kids can really get some type of real lessons. Because it's not college. We already know college isn't guaranteeing no job out here. I don't know why society keeps thinking that you got to go to college, you got to go to college, you got to go to college. All college is going to do for you is put you in debt.
Put you in debt.
And then it's going to put you in debt, and then you're not guaranteed a spot in using that degree.
Right.
So it's like it's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that, and I'm not gonna put my son through that if he doesn't want to. Now, if he wants to experience the college life, go for it.
Right, right.
Go for it. And a lot of it's funny. Growing up, you always hear, "Well, I ain't got the money to send you to college." You always hear that, right? But your parents are never paying your college.
Nope.
You're getting out loans. I never understood why they be always like, "Well, my mom don't have money to, my parents don't have money to send me to college." I know. And then when you go to college, they weren't the ones paying for it. You got financial loans, grants, all of that. So I'm definitely not gonna I'm not gonna want to put that type of problem on my son if you don't want it.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanna go to college, turn up, have live the college life, go for it.
Right,
I'm all
right.
for it. But while you're doing that, you better learn, because it's not my money you're wasting, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that's going to be in debt for just fucking around.
Yeah.
Because I was doing that. When I went to college, first semester, I met my wife. And it was a wrap after that. I wasn't going to no classes. I was just trying to chill with her, so yeah.
Yeah. I ain't go to college, but I lived the college lifestyle, and it's alright. I mean, I wish I would have did something else, but look, I'm here now and I'm still making it. It's all good.
Yeah, you don't need to go to college.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm only keep it 100. I'm only going because I'm getting paid to go. So I'm not.
Hey, at least you still figured out the way to make some money.
That's it.
That's it.
Like if I wasn't getting paid to go to school, I would not have any incentive to, unless it was just I just felt the need to go.
But look where you at now.
That's a fact.
You got your talk show you trying to start.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm glad that I'm back in school, because, like you said, look where I'm at now. I got my own show, and it's because of going to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not.
But that's what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this career field. I'm interested in this stuff. So I'm gonna focus my mind and my attention on this.
Right. Right.
Now, if they just was telling me, hey, just go to school and just take basic stuff, I will be miserable in classes, listening to lectures, like, because I did it before.
Right.
So school isn't for everybody. It's really not. It's not for everybody.
And now they changing the GPA. They changing
Really?
the credit scores. Now, back in our days, how many credits you used to have to graduate
To graduate,
high school?
shit, I don't even
I think
remember.
it was it like 24 credits or something like that?
Possibly.
I think now it's at 17 credits.
Really?
So now they giving them a leeway.
Also, it should be easier now.
It's easier, yeah. So what happened to when we was in school, you know?
Yeah. And the crazy thing about when we were in school, I remember those trade programs when I was in school. Like
Yeah.
I remember those. I wasn't old enough at the time to participate in them, but I remember those. And then I think as soon as I got, I want to say it may have been a tail end of middle school, early. Matter of fact, about middle of middle school. So I want to say maybe seventh grade, seventh, eighth grade. They did away with it.
Mm.
So it's like, damn, like that stuff. Those type of schools is where you have now your local mechanics and local HVAC people that you may know. Know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I wish that my school continued on with that, and I just really hope that they do it now.
Thought that was a magnet school or something. Didn't what type?
Yeah, it
That
was
was magnet
it's
school.
magnet
Like
something. Yeah,
it's not no regular school that you can just go to and get a trade from, huh?
no, not now at least. Yeah, not now. You have to actually
Make good grades and all that to get that trade, right?
like. I don't even think they have for at least for people in high school. I don't even think they have that option anymore. Like a
Damn, so
trade
also you
school.
got to go to college
Yeah, I think
to
the trades now are when you're like
outside.
yeah, like
Okay.
18 and up type. I don't
Damn.
think they have. Now I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen it. So it's possible. But I just hope that if they don't have it, please bring it back.
Yeah, let the kids know, give them the option
Yeah, because
because
it's
I didn't get that option. I would have took it.
for real. Like I think back when I was in school, I want to say it was mechanic.
Yeah, automotive.
Yeah,
Mechanic.
automotive. I think it was HVAC, like engineering and wiring and stuff like that. They don't. I don't think they have that option anymore. Cause you need. I mean, especially if you live in Florida, if you ain't got no AC, like that's the HVAC people. They do
What?
your heating and AC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you would definitely have plenty of options if you were to become an HVAC, especially out here or in Texas or any of the hotter spots.
Yeah.
And like,
Welding's a good trade.
well,
too.
yeah, you
They
got
always building.
always. I heard you heard of was it Twic? Like a
Twic.
Twic card?
And they're like, wait, twit, wait.
Or is it called Twic? I
I
think it
heard some
is.
shit like that.
It's like when like the people that work offshore and shit,
People work what?
like they work offshore
Oh, no,
on
I
like
never heard of that.
on like rigs, like oil rigs and I think it's like oil rigs and
Mm.
shit like that. But yeah, it's some type of work, some type of program. He said he ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this one going to school. And by that time, school's gonna be all type of crazy.
School would be digital by the time he in school.
What?
For real, school would be in a contact. Like you just grab some contacts, put them in your eye, and then that's your school for the next.
What?
That'd be some nuts. Be some wild shit. That'd be some crazy technology. Now, if y'all create that technology out there, I said it first here. For real.
Come on, little man. Give us a couple more minutes.
That's it. We only got 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes of the show. And we can get you off cam. We can get you back in your bed, man.
I'm sleepy, but I don't want to go to sleep. Oh,
Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, man. I don't know where some of these teachers get the gall to talk to your kids however you want to.
I mean, if they ain't want the job, they might have found another job.
For real. I don't get it, man. Like,
And then they like to say, "Oh, teachers don't make enough money," but this what you doing.
Yeah.
That's what you signed up for. Don't talk to my kid like that.
And these daycares, like you were saying, the daycare worker was screaming, scaring the kids. Like, what you doing that for?
Oh yeah, putting on the Halloween mask and all
Yeah.
the kids
Nah,
know.
what you doing that for? Like that's that's gonna be trauma that they're gonna have to live with.
Yeah,
And I see, like, some of it is funny, especially if you're like, as a family, you're taking. I don't even want to say it's funny because that's traumatic, but seeing some of the clips, not of a teacher, not of a teacher like trying to scare you, but if you went to like a haunted house or you're taking a picture and somebody scares you, like, some of that stuff is funny. But if I'm dropping my kid off because I gotta go to work and you're supposed to be watching him, I don't need to see a video on my phone of you scaring them like that. And it's not just boo. Nah, you in their face
nah, that
going like what are you doing?
the goose.
Word, like, no, we're not doing that. So, honestly, I think it's some of these workers think they can't get touched.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them they playing with they doing that with the right kid,
Right.
because the wrong kid, them parents is, I promise you, I'm up there,
Me too, man.
and I pray and and hope that it's a dude, because if not, I'm gonna just sick my wife on you, and that's even worse. That's even worse. I'm sorry, sweetheart, you got to go, for real. Nah, like, yeah, taking care, being a parent is a lot of work because there's a lot of factors that jump into it.
It is.
It's a lot of factors that jump into it. It's not just, saying the right things and doing the right things. It's also worrying about when they're not with you.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my biggest worry is we could take care of him at the crib. When he with us, everything is good. He's safe. There's no worries. But it's when go to school. Anything can happen at school.
Yeah.
You got knuckleheads shooting up schools now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's been going on for years. So, it's one of those things. It's like,
Do we take them to school or do we leave them home?
yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm going to just be for real. I'm not going to homeschool my son. My wife probably would. My wife is phenomenal when it comes to education in terms of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I get, Zach, what's 2 plus 2? 6. I'm ready to scrap. Know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, we don't have that patience. Men really don't have that. We it's something we definitely should work on.
Right.
But women just naturally know how to.
Teacher, Ron's being there. She be acting like she the teacher. I be like, dang, you can't get on them because of that. Showing the way. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Me, I can't do it, man. I try to sit down and do it with them, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't. It's like that whole time, the 2020, the pandemic year,
Mm-hmm.
when he was virtual schooling,
Yeah.
was the worst.
Yeah.
You would think it's easier,
Nah.
but it's not. Like, you can't. I would say this all the time. Like, you cannot take him out of home mode
Mm-hmm.
to focus on school when he's at home.
Right.
It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter if you set up the proper setting, the room, and all that. Kids know they're at home. It does not matter. You could literally have a whole classroom in your house, like a separate room. Your kids will know, okay, this is the fake classroom, but I'm at home.
Mm-hmm.
I can act up if I want to.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. Like, I hated it. Like, he passed A's, everything, like, but I hated it because it sounds bad, but you have to teach more. Like, you would think that virtual school, especially when he was doing it, it was like a lesson at maybe 9 o'clock and then another lesson at 11 or 12. Like, it was still in those times, you still had to fill it with something.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
See, it was too much for us at the time. My kids, they started it, but we didn't finish it up with them, and then that it kind of messed them up in the long run.
Yeah.
But
Once they get back in school, it's a wrap.
yeah,
Once they get back in that room setting, it's school. It's school now. So we definitely seen a huge shift in where he was at. Home, it's hard to get him to pay attention.
yeah, and
School,
that's what we figured out. Too.
Yeah, school easier. He's still a knucklehead at times, but that's just being a kid.
Yeah,
So we understand it, but yeah, that pandemic time was I know was rough for parents.
yeah, man.
Like I loved it in terms of I'm in the house with my family. Like I cherish that pandemic time because it was like, yo, we're in the house. We have to be in the house, and we're in the house together, like playing games and all that. Like I took that time to really, try to bond and stuff like that. But on the parenting aspect, oh man, son, you got to go to school. You got to go back to school, bro. This ain't it. For real. See, we did it, man. We did it. And your sleep,
Good.
we did it. Show's done. But I definitely appreciate you coming here, man. Definitely chopping it up with me. Looking forward to more episodes in the future. Next week after that, you want to hop on and we just shoot the shit for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, I appreciate being here, man.
Of course. And I appreciate y'all listening out there. And once again, I thank you. And you are listening to Let's Talk About It with your boy.
Let's talk about it.